Hello, this is Andreas from Nordic Tarot, and I've got 3 readings for you for the last 2 weeks of September. Please remember that even the 2 more specific readings, the love and the work reading, they are still general. So if they do not resonate, I'm sorry, but hopefully at least one of the 3 will. And you'll find more information about how to contact me and on the decks I'm using in the description. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your readings. Hey Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Goodness me, do I have some fantastic readings for you. I was very excited to see your cards, and I feel like they're very colourful and vibrant. The Oracle card I pulled for you is number 24, Time for a Nap. The essential meanings are rest, rejuvenation, and renewal. Temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. And the Oracle's message for your general reading is, this is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, and your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent of any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. So I'm going to try and not just say, oh, this is interesting, because I find a lot of things interesting in your reading, but I'm going to try and explain, if I say it, I'm going to try and explain why. So there is kind of through line of balance, overt and otherwise, in your readings. So the balance aspect I see in your general reading with the 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups and 3 of Cups, is that in the middle of this you have the King of Cups, which would be water energy, which is your energy, Cancer. And yes, it's the King of Cups, but even if you're a woman or someone with a lot of female energy, you can still show up as the King of Cups in these general readings. And the King of Cups is someone who's very in tune with his emotions, and he also has control of his emotions. So even if he doesn't look upset or anything like on the surface, deep within him, he might have a roiling sea of his emotions going on that we just aren't privy to because he chooses not to show them. But the thing I see here is that in the middle, you are in your own element, and you are kind of resting within yourself maybe, or quite at ease with just being in your own energy. But then on either side here, and this is where the balance aspect comes in, on either side, being alone and being in a group. So with the 9 of Pentacles, that often depicts this one person, and it can sometimes be called the gilded cage, because this is someone who's created abundance around themselves, and they are in complete control and at ease with where they are. But like I said, the picture does not show any other people. So this is someone who's by themselves. You know, it can be by choice, someone who just decides to be alone or spend some time alone. But on the other hand, on the other side of the King of Cups, you have the 3 of Cups, which is a card of celebration. It's a card of coming together as a community and spending time with your family or your near and dear, you know, other loved ones, friends. So there is this thing where maybe there's a balance between being by yourself and being with people around you. And I feel like the Time for a Nap card is talked about because it does mention as you observe without engagement. And I don't think that necessarily means that you spend all your time in 9 of Pentacles land where you're just by yourself and therefore won't be able to engage with other people. I think what the cards are saying, and to me, is that you will spend time alone, or you're able to spend time alone. You have the potential to do that and just observe your own mind and where it goes and what happens. Maybe some dreams, you know, float to the surface. You're like, oh, actually, this is a dream of mine that I had forgotten or I hadn't figured out yet. But then just like not fighting the current, but just going with it and see where it takes you. And I feel like you can do the same thing in a group of people where you are literally a silent observer, where you just watch people and listen to what they have to say and their ideas and take away things from that. The card isn't saying you should just be quiet and never say anything ever again. Of course not, but it's okay to not be so thoroughly engaged with everything. It's okay to just see what comes to you. And it does talk about this, the overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't take a step back, and it is about resting and recuperating and finding that kind of inner spark or joy or drive or whatever it is. Like, you just feel renewed. Maybe you've been really tired lately, or you feel all overworked. Then that is what the time for a nap card is talking about, that it's okay to take a break and slow down and just consider and feel out, where am I? How do I feel? What's going on with me? And that's not to say that you're all messed up and you need to figure out your life. Even if you feel like everything is fine, then isn't that okay also to just sit down and appreciate being fine and being okay or being happy? I think that's kind of what it's talking about. But also, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is someone who's created abundance around themselves, and the Three of Cups is celebration, so they're both quite positive cards to me. So to me, they are both quite positive cards. And yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles, there's often material abundance. Maybe you've made a lot of money or you have a lot of material things, but I think it can be viewed in a more intangible way. It does not necessarily have to be just, I have a lot of money. It might just be that you're very happy with where you live. Maybe you're very pleased with your flat or your apartment or whatever you happen to be living. And like I said, I feel like this message of balance is repeated in your relationship message, which is, when it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. And I feel like your 3 cards in your love reading kind of pretty much back exactly this up, because you have the Ten of Cups, which is happiness and it's emotional fulfillment, and it's just joyous, happy, content emotions and feelings, and that's fantastic, right? But then you have the Six of Pentacles, which is like the balance card. This is being in a give and take kind of mindset where you are able to give, but you're also able to receive. And that does require some balance and some, with the time for a nap card, I feel like it is about settling down a little bit, taking a break, and just finding that balance within yourself. There's a good potential for success here with the King of Pentacles backing this up, because I do feel like this is kind of where you are at the moment. This can, of course, be someone else. It can be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that you're dealing with. But I do feel like it's you, and I couldn't necessarily tell you why, but that's just the feeling I get. And if you are the King of Pentacles, then this is someone who's very down to earth and, balanced and stable. And, he has both feet on earth, and he knows what he's about, and he knows what's around him, and he is very focused on what is right now. I feel like he's very much in the moment, which is, backs up what the Time for a Nap card is saying about just, if you're with a partner, for example, just being, and if you're not in a relationship, just being with yourself and getting to know yourself, and like, what's up with me? How am I doing? And very much like the message I felt like I got for the general reading, like just being and learning about yourself. And yeah, I just feel like there's so much potential. And that goes for all your readings, Cancer. I feel like you have a lot of potential these 2 weeks. And for your work reading, the prosperity message is, this is a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome now. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So I feel like maybe, Cancer, in your work environment, you may have been going really fast, because you have Temperance, which is divine timing. So it's kind of fate, and the universe is evolving itself to some extent. But it's moderation in all things. This is the balance coming back again. Like with both the other readings, you had this aspect, I felt, of balance. So maybe you've been super engaged and moving at high speed, and maybe like time for a nap suggests, it's time for a break. It's okay to take a break, and if you can take some time off, if you feel like you need that, then that's great too. Because the way I saw these cards, or the way I read them, like just instinctively when I saw them, was that you do have temperance here, which, like I said, is divine timing and moderation in all things and balancing things out. Then you have the Queen of Wands, and I feel like this is kind of a suggestion for you to just have some fun. I'm not telling you to have fun, like, oh, you're required to go out and have fun. If you don't have fun, you've done bad. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I feel like the Queen of Wands is suggesting that maybe going out and having some fun, or staying in and having some fun, whatever you do to have fun. Because the Queen is like fun. The Queen of Wands is fun. She's very sociable, and she spends time with other people. Like, and even if you don't spend time with other people, I'm not saying that's a requirement at all, but that's just kind of how the Queen of Wands works. And the Queen of Wands likes to have fun. But with the Knight of Pentacles, and this is why I'm saying that maybe you've been moving really fast in your work environment, is because the Knight of Pentacles, out of all the knights, he's the slowest. And all the knights are about movement, and all the knights move forward just at different speeds. And the Knight of Pentacles is not slow because he's lazy. The Knight of Pentacles is slow because he's meticulous, diligent and dedicated, and he gets the work done. Like, he pays attention to all the details, takes everything in, and then he takes the next step. So, yeah, there's this, just the feeling I got from looking at the cards together when I put them down was, Cancer feels like it's time for a break. It's time to even some stuff out and letting harmony in with the Temperance card, and then maybe having some fun with the Queen of Wands, and maybe considering slowing down just a tiny bit, and not in slowing down as in quitting or not doing it, but just slowing down in how you work. I mean, maybe there's a different way of doing it. Of course, deadlines and all these things still exist, but I personally have a tendency to get ahead of myself and stressing out about things that are in the future, whereas I feel like Knight of Pentacles would deal with what he has in front of him at that moment, and what's beyond is not as important. He knows he'll get it done, but focusing on what's ahead of him will only distract him from what he's accomplishing at the moment. That's how I feel about the Knight of Pentacles. But like I said throughout all the readings, I do feel like there's this sense of balance and striking like harmony, and just appreciating yourself and finding out, what do I think or feel about things, and how do I relate to this. And I'm not saying there's like a full-on soul searching, but I just feel like you have such great potential to grow as a person, and grow in a relationship, grow at work, like just grow and change and be more if you want to. And of course, you don't have to do any of these things. You can do whatever you want, but you have the potential energies there to take advantage of if you decide to do it. And I think that's quite exciting. Thank you so much for watching my video. And like I said in the beginning of the video, if you need more information about the decks I use or how to contact me, you'll find it in the description below. And I do hope that at least one of these readings resonated with you and you got some kind of message from it. And I hope everything finds you well until next time.